Okay, so 4:44 on the ninth. I've been up like, man, I've been up like, I think I woke up around 1 o'clock. Might have been 12:30 or something. I don't know. It was, I just could not sleep, and it was so hard to get to sleep, and I went to sleep later than normal, and it was so hard to get to sleep. It's one of those things where my body keeps feeling super uncomfortable. It keeps feeling like little prickles are going all over me. I keep feeling really itchy. It's the weirdest thing. And then plus this intense energy where I can't sleep. And I saw some energy post thing that said the energy is super high right now. And oh my God, I feel like it is. I feel like, oh my God, everything feels so uncomfortable. Ugh. Um, what was I gonna say? So on Max's thing, he seems like he's okay on the pain meds. I'm not gonna call today. I'll just go tomorrow. Um, so as long as I'm giving him the pain stuff. Yesterday, my brother and my sister-in-law came by, and so we were all outside with the dogs. His dog is so, it's kind of a meanie, man. Ruthie got attacked so many times. Poor girl. I feel bad for her. She really is such a sweetie. She's just hyper, but I'm sure she'll calm down as she ages. But she's such a sweet girl, and she's such a chunk. She's my little chub. Um, and then if I say that, my daughter will be like, "Oh my God, Mom, you did it to her." It's like, maybe I did, but I think she's just stocky like that. Like Stella is really stocky. So, anyways, I just felt bad for her. She kept getting her ass kicked yesterday. But so we're all outside, and every time that dog would start kicking her ass, she'd run over to me like, "Oh, Mom!" It was so cute. She's so cute. and Max took off on one of his. I was like, okay, this must be his last hurrah. He's going on his last little walkabout. He had to keep stopping every few, like take a few steps and stop and rest. But he made it across the street. I think he went over to their little pond, and they were there doing something because they have moved out because they're selling their place. But they still have stuff there, so they must have come to get some more stuff or something, and they were around, and and Max was just going through their yard, but he didn't say anything. He just kept doing what he was doing. So, anyways, Max walked over there. He was only there for a few minutes, and then he walked back. He keeps stopping and stuff, but I was like, oh, he got his last little walkabout. So, so it made him happy. And I still, even though, like, I know he's getting worse and he's super uncomfortable and stuff, it still is hard. And one thing is I feel like, we've gone to the vet so many times now that I think he's going to feel real comfortable going in there. And they already had put him to sleep once when they were doing that x-ray and looking in his examination. And so this one, he just won't wake up. But I think and they had told me even with the other one, they said, well, he may not wake up. And I was like, well, I guess we got to figure out what's wrong with him. And which still, I mean, it took more times, and they still were like, well, go get the scoping, but $3,000, I mean, and what would be the thing? They would be $3,000 to confirm, and I think his head shrinkage is the big confirmation. That was the big thing. That was the big indicative thing of what was going on. And then plus she said that's the sign of when they're at the end. I just look back at the whole time while I had him. I was like, man, he came to me sick. That was the whole thing. And I just didn't at all think like, oh, this dog's coming to me sick. He's got, I just didn't think that at all. I thought, oh, he's got anxiety, he's got parasites, he's been in the street. And, he's 6 years, when he came to me, he was 6 years old, they thought. So, anyways, and today, I'm not sure what we're going to do. He gets pretty tired anyways. He likes to just kind of hang it, but he likes to lay and bark and with the other dogs and stuff. But I think even at the vet, like I said, when they do it, his spirit will come with me. His spirit will come back with me. And he may be kind of confused, but he's going to feel freedom from his body. And but he'll come back and he'll be hanging out with us. He'll probably still be running out with them, barking. They just won't be able. They might be able to hear him and see him. You know, that's the thing about dogs. They may still be able to see him and stuff. That'll be interesting because Ruthie, especially, she really seems like she sees things. She'll sit and look at something and she'll be watching and watching. It's like, ooh, what's up there? She does that all the time. So, anyways, we'll see. I think Stella used to do that at the cabin, too. I think that used to freak me out. But anyway, because I can see stuff, but when I can't see something, then it's like, what is it? What do you see? So, anyways, but I know he'll be coming back with us. He'll hang out for however long. A lot of times when you have an animal pass, you'll keep seeing them. Like you'll look over and you'll see them for a second laying in their normal spot, and then you'll think, oh, I'm just thinking that. I'm just, haunted by their past. But really, I think that they're really there. Just for a quick second, you see them. So, anyways, oh yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing, but one of, what's his name? James Van Der Beek? One of those guys that just died, the one that had the 6 kids. She did a video wanting to tell people, to be positive and stuff. And she said that the people don't ever leave you. She said he's around all the time with us. And my mom can hear him talking. She said, I talk to him and I know he hears me, but I can't hear him. But that's true. That's true. Is that they are around you, especially after they just leave. They stay around you for a while, and then they kind of go back and forth and stuff. I think the NDEs, those are kind of a different kind of thing because you're coming back, so it's kind of helping you to understand something because you're coming back. So it's not like you are staying there, but when it's complete, when you've completed. The people, they stay around a lot because the other people who they left, their energy is pulling on them. It's like a pulling of their energy, which holds them, and then a lot of times, they just want to help you to move through your pain, and they want to always be telling you it's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let go. Live your life. Be happy. Because especially once they go out, they can see the value of living. And so many people surrender their lives to pain and suffering when they lose somebody. But that's not what the point is about. The point of loss is to give you more value to your life, not for you to surrender and give up on living. But a lot of people do. They get really trapped in the pain and they feel guilty, like if I go on, then I'm forgetting them. If I remarry, then I didn't love them as much and stuff like that. But no, when they're on the other side, they see it from a different perspective anyways. And they want you to go on it because life is, it seems a lot of times like life is just drags and it's long, but life is really short. It's like the blink of an eye. And so they can see like the importance or the value of being in the now and to enjoy your time while you have it. And so anyways, I know he'll be coming back with us. And then when my brother was here, we were out looking for where we're going to do the little cemetery thing. And so where I was thinking there's a problem with water over there. He doesn't have, the water's over here. And so he said it would get too dried out and things won't grow because we want to do it like a garden. So we're going to do it somewhere over here. So anyways, he's got to go get a backhoe or something to dig the hole. So anyways, we'll see where it's going to be onto. And I keep telling him, you know, I want the dogs buried there, but I want myself buried there too. And they just kind of chuckle like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And I don't need a coffin. Just dig a hole. Just throw me in it and I'm good. And but they're not, you're not going to die. And I'm like, I know, but still, I'm just saying, if I were to die, is what I want. Just dig a hole and throw me in it. And it used to be that I really wanted to be cremated because it really, you know, icked me out about the bugs eating and stuff when I was younger. But then when I watched 6 Foot Under, then she had that at the end. She just wanted to be a hole dug and just have her body put in it. And then, I don't remember the whole thing, but it was definitely if she wanted to be buried by a tree or she wanted a tree to be buried or grow on top of her. I don't remember. But anyways, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that does I like that better. But for a long time, I just wanted a Viking one. Just put me on a boat, put me on the water, shoot arrows into it, start it on fire, and just let me go that way. But now I'm all into just put me in the ground and let me rot in the ground and put a tree there and let me grow through the energy of this illusion of this body. This is all an illusion. It's so weird. But I have to do 2 clarifications because somebody was asking me about the CLDX, which I was seeing CH, but I went and I looked the thing, and I kept saying chloride, but it's chlorine, and dioxide means 2. So whoa, chick, lordy. So anyways, I was saying it wrong, but on their question, I left a link and I left 3 Rumble, because when you want to look up a lot of stuff, you have to go to Rumble. And so I left 3 different links on there if you want to learn more about it, because it is, they're using it in other places. It's supposed to heal everything. So anyways, you can watch. I just found 3 videos. There might be more, and I don't remember the ones I watched because I watched it a while ago, like over a year ago. So anyways, you can watch those, and I also left a link to the one I got. There's more. You can look and find, whatever one seems good to you. But anyways, that's in yesterday's comments. So, and then the other thing too was I was sitting there while I was awake in the middle of the night. I was thinking I wasn't 20-something with kids when that guy approached me in Mexico, which it was his pilot. And he was in Mexico, and they had just flown in, like, right, and I don't even know how they saw me, because we drove, and, but then he came, to ask me to come and meet him, and I was like, I was not married, or I didn't have kids, and so I started trying to picture, and I'm pretty sure it was the summer, it was July, it was 4th of July, I remember that. And it was, I think it was the summer of 1980. So I was about to turn 19 in a couple weeks. So I'm pretty sure that's when it was, when that occurred. But yeah, I wasn't a mom with kids. So I was like 18, about to turn 19. I still wasn't a little kid. I wasn't like 13 on the beach. And somebody's coming over and saying, hey, you want to go over here? No. But anyways, I wanted to correct that too. So I was like, I was not a grown-ass woman with kids. Where did I come up with that? And I was like picturing, because I've been to Mexico a lot of times, and I don't know, I was just picturing the wrong picture, I guess. But then this morning it started coming back to me, and I was picturing who was there and stuff like that, and I was like, wait a minute, I was much younger then. So, and I didn't have kids. So anyways, that's the 2 things I wanted to clarify because I had misspoken. And yesterday, yesterday I was sitting here and I was like, man, I'm going to move my room around. That's what I'm going to do. And I got a measurer and I measured and I thought, okay, I think I can turn my bed the other direction and it should fit. So I decided I'm going to do that. I was hollering at the dog. I swear to God, especially these two young ones, they have to be under me, and everything's new to them, and it irritates me because I'm somebody who's just like working and I'm working fast. Get out of my way. I'm moving ahead, and so it drives me crazy when somebody's constantly blocking me or jumping on what I'm doing or standing under my feet. No, I swear to God, sometimes I think Archie's going to be the death of me, man. He's just under my feet all the freaking time. And so I'm tripping over him and shit. It's like, dude, man. And then Chunk over there, she's just jumping up on me. It's like, oh my God. So anyways, so I have all this stuff that I got to move around. And so first I was moving Stella's bed, which her bed is big. She's got a big bed. And so I was moving her bed. And so I decided I'm going to wash all this stuff. I think I hadn't decided yet about that. I think at first I was just trying to get this bed to fit. So I measured it and thought, okay, it's going to fit. And so I take all this stuff apart and I am turning it. Well, the damn ass thing is like a ½ inch off or something. So that didn't work. And so as I'm pulling up the mattress and stuff, I'm like, man, what is that? And I had a mattress cover over it because, I don't know, I didn't want the dogs to stain up the mattress. And so I decided I'm going to take it off. Well, everything was wet. The whole thing was wet inside. And it was mold. It was so much mold. And I'm like, no wonder I got the freaking allergies, man. God dang. And it was captured in the inside the thing, but still, even when I moved the bed frame and stuff, there was like some mold. Like it wasn't all mold, but it was where you see like mold was starting to grow on the ground from the moisture. So I pull off the mattress pad thing. Well, the next layer is moldy thing too. So that's the mattress cover. So there's a cover, which it was pretty cool. It went off and on and pretty easy because I thought, oh my God, this is going to be a pain in the ass. No, it went off and on really easy. So I pull off the mattress cover thing. And so now I'm starting this wash. I washed clothes all freaking day yesterday. Washed stuff. I washed every motherfucking thing in this place, man. So I pull that off. It's got mold. Then underneath that, it has this other thing. I don't even know what it is. I washed it and I saved it. And I am like, there's got to be a use for this thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but I didn't put it back on the bed. It's like this. It's like putting a sock on it or something. It was really stretchy. And it had a lot of polyester in it. And so maybe it's not fiberglass. Maybe that's why. I don't know what the fuck it is, really. Seriously. So I pull that off. It is sopping wet. I was like, what in the holy hell? And then I could see what my mattress is. So it's like memory foam. The blue. Jeez, girl. Man, I swear to God. Still got the allergies. And I know we were just going to town in our sky yesterday. Oh my God. And the color in the sky yesterday was insane. But so on the mattress thing, so it was like 2 inches of memory foam. And then it was like 2 inches of this orange foam, which I don't know what the hell that is. And then like 4 inches of this yellow, just regular styrofoam looking stuff. So it's just all foam. This whole mattress is foam and all different layers of different kinds. And so I took all this stuff off. The mattress was still okay, but everything else had mold on it. And so I had to wash all that stuff. Then did the same thing to Stella's, and then hers is a big styrofoam thing. But hers is just the yellow part. And it's supposed to be, her bed is expensive. It's an orthopedic one. And it's like 4 inches of this foam. But it was the same on the bottom of mine. And so hers was all wet too. Mine was all wet. So I had to pull in the heater thing and try and blast them with heat to dry them out before I could do anything, And so, but I was washing. So just start clean. Man, I was just deep cleaning everything. At that point, I was like, well, this is good, really, because I'm having company, and I haven't been. It's like spring cleaning, because I haven't been doing that. In winter, we're just all crammed in this little room, and yesterday it was really nice too. Because I could keep both the doors open. We had music blasting. It was, part of the day was really good. There was only certain parts when I'm trying to maneuver this mattress in this little tiny space. And the dogs are right under me like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, God damn it, get the hell out of here. I was like, Max he just goes over in the corner and just sits there and watches. He's always just sitting back watching. But it's these 2 little ones that are just constantly... Stella, she also just goes outside and she's like, I'm just gonna sit out here. She's doing something. I don't know what the hell she's doing. And but they'll figure it out. They'll see like, oh, so somebody's gonna come today, and then they'll start seeing, well, the next time she goes crazy cleaning, that they'll be like, oh, somebody's coming, because Stella's already got that, like, she's learned that. I guess it always ends up, because I don't just get up and do like all that cleaning all the time. I'm not like a clean freak, like some people, they clean like that all the time. I don't. So I don't pull all the furniture out, take everything apart, wash it and stuff like that. So anyways, when my brother was here too, I told him, and he said, yeah, I think it holds a lot of moisture in there, because it will be on the windows and stuff too. And I was like, yeah, it was. There was a lot of moisture. And so I was like, something about the vent. I was like, I wonder if I should just keep the fan on. He said, we might just have to get a humidifier to put in here. He said he thinks this fan thing has a humidifier, but I don't know if it does or whatever. But I think I would have to get a humidifier, because there's a lot of moisture. It's so weird too, is because over there at my cabin, there was tons and tons of moisture. And so everything was really moldy and wet, but it was raining all the time. Over on the west side of Washington State, it just rains and rains and rains and rains. And so it made sense, nothing would ever get dry. But here I kept being like, man, my towels still don't get dry. Like, what is weird, because it's not moist feeling here. But when I said that to my brother, he said, oh, there's tons of water in the atmosphere or whatever. And maybe because it's by the river or something, so it doesn't feel wet. It's not like raining and stuff all the time, but it's still super moist. So anyways, I don't know if the summer will dry it out more or what, but I'm going to have to get one of those things, because yeah, I was like, oh my God, all this mildew and mold in here. No wonder I have so much allergies, because I have a problem with mold, even at the other place. And that's when I learned a little bit more about that CLDX stuff. It might still be CH. I don't know. I'd have to look at the periodic table. You'd have to look at which is the thing for chlorine. And so, but my mom was the first one, I think, who, because her and her friends all share all this stuff. Especially a lot of older ones have the big C, and so they're all looking for alternatives and stuff. And so she was the one who would tell, geez, Stella, man. She was the one who told me about the stuff and sent me the video. So, oh my God, she is so dramatic, I swear to God. The CA, she sent me the videos, and so I watched those to, and what it talked about, with all the healing and stuff. So when we got it, though, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Oh my God. And we didn't know how serious it is. Like, it's a serious thing. Like, you gotta be careful. That's one thing. Like I had said, you can get lake water and you can put some of that in it and it clears everything out. So anyways, and then it comes in 2 different bottles. Like, you got to mix it each time you use it, and you don't mix it all ahead. And that was my mom's ingenious idea. She's like, we'll just mix it all ahead and then we'll just divide it up and we'll each have a bottle. And I was like, I wasn't thinking so, but she was so sure of it. And I was like, well, I don't know, because I had the reference of, I had done those, before I had left the cabin, I had done all that stuff with that epoxy. And I had done my table out there that I had done that mosaic on. And then the countertops I had painted. And so I had done epoxy over the countertops, and then I had done epoxy over the mosaic table. And so when you will do that and you mix them together, they activate, and then they, it's a window of time. And so I'm thinking about that, and she's like, oh, we'll just mix it all up ahead. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's mix it all up ahead. And so we mix it up. We put it in 2 different bottles, and each bottle had a dropper thing, because you're supposed to do it by drops. And so sitting downstairs, and I'd put a couple drops in my water, and I decided, well, maybe I'll drink some more and have some more of the drops in my water. So I'll go over to put some more in, and my dropper bottle is the little squeezy thing at the top has blown up in a freaking ginormous, is like, whoa, it's about to blow, man. And so don't remember exactly how it went. If I opened it and it blew or what, but that's what I'm saying. This stuff is like no joke. I think I untwisted it and it blew, and it like blew in my face. And when I had at the cabin, it was a ton, and I lived there for 6 years, and it was a lot of moisture and a lot of mildew. Like, you couldn't get anything to dry. Mold just grew and grew and grew. Mushrooms grow everywhere there. It's very. What are you trying to close in on me? And so anyways, I had horrible allergies. I had this horrible cough, and this kind of rattle kind of thing. It was there was a lot of stuff in my lungs, and I was coughing and coughing and coughing all the time. And then so this stuff blew in my face, and then went all up in my nose. And then as soon as water hit it, it activated it. Oh my God, it was so intense. And because it was raining too, and I had to go out with the dogs, and it was like, oh my God, what the hell is happening? But after mine was blowing, I go running up the stairs, it's gonna blow, it's gonna blow. And she's like, what? I said, this stuff is gonna blow, where's your stuff? And she tells me it's by the window, and she's in her room. And so she comes out there, and I'm over the sink, and I'm trying to really carefully open it, and to relieve the pressure before it blows. Hers was the same thing. And it blew in my face, and I got this big blast. And I don't remember if I got 2 big blasts or just 1, but whatever it was, I got like the biggest amount of dose that you can imagine. And I was kind of freaked. And so I was looking on the thing, and it's like, you're going to die. And I was like, oh shit. And then I was talking to my mom, and she's like, I don't know, maybe you're going to die. And I was like, it says it. And I said, we made a mistake, I think. We just jump on in. Just jump in, and let's just do whatever. And so then she talked to somebody else. And the woman who did the water treatment, the groomer lady who worked at the water treatment thing, and she was the one who was like, that's the serious stuff, man. And So then I didn't die within a couple days, and I think my mom, she started looking at more things, and she said, "No, you're gonna be okay." I saw that there's some people take a really big dose, and like if somebody has like, I think it was a baby, and it might be in one of the videos that I shared. I think it was an infant, and it had the big C, and so they put like 100 drops in a bath and then bathed it, and it cured this baby. And then I think that was the story. But anyways, she was looking through these other stories where people got a high dosage of it. And so I mean, I didn't die right away, so I was like, okay, it's probably okay, it's probably okay. But that was so intense. And then all of a sudden, after a couple days, I was like, wait a minute, my cough is gone. I don't have it anymore. It must have cleared all that stuff, the spores and stuff, whatever was in my lung must have cleared it all out. And so I was doing really good until now this. And I kept thinking it was all the stuff that they're doing up there, which I know that has an effect too, because the dogs will go outside and they'll come in and start sneezing and their eyes will start dripping. So I know that that is also, whatever. But yeah, and I don't know that this, I mean, because I've only been here 5 months, so I don't know that this would bring me all the way back to where I was, but I know I've had allergies ever since I got here. So, and my brother kept saying, well, you're out here by the farm thing, they spray and do all sorts of stuff out on the farms, and then it blows over, so you're going to have a lot of allergies out here. And then stuff when it's growing and stuff. So anyways, everybody's uncomfortable. Stella's uncomfortable. Everybody's uncomfortable. It's really intense right now. What time is it now? 5:16. So, man, I don't know. What is today? Oh, today's Monday. Oh, so today we could find out, like, if something did go on with the money situation. We'll see what happens about that. It just seems like it's just the regular, just so much crazy. Well, yeah, there's so much crazy out there. Dang. Like, so, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen today. Man, I can't believe the weekend's already over, so it's already Monday. So today will be, it's so weird too, to just, because it's like this event. It's like, oh, today's his last day. Tomorrow will be his last morning, but today's his last full day. It's like, God. So it's just rough to be, feel like you're making a decision about his last day or something, but then also it's like, well, I don't want him to sit here and suffer and be miserable. So that just seems cruel. So anyways, I don't know, everything is so weird, you know what I mean? And we take it so much more serious. I was even sitting here thinking, like, why do we neuter our pets? Like, kind of, it's like, how dare us think like, well, yeah, you can live with me, but I'm going to neuter you. It's like, God, I don't know. Everything seems so weird. Like, I don't know. All the things that we do, and how we come up with it, and why we do the things we do, and I don't know. But yeah, I was even thinking, man, should I just not even get Ruthie fixed? Maybe just leave her intact, or leave her, I don't know, they always say intact with a boy dog, but I don't know if it's the same thing with a girl dog. Because then they say, well, they'll get these certain cancers, but then they have problems when you do it too. It's like, I wouldn't want her to have babies, but you can get those diaper things and just keep her put up. I don't even know if she went into heat this time, but I think if she did, it was a little one. But that was also with Lucy. Lucy had a really little one, and then the next month it was bigger. And then it was, and she was a big dog. So, not to say Ruthie's a big dog too. But she is, I bet she's probably like 75 or 80 pounds. And Lucy was 135 pounds. Stella is 165 pounds. And so anyways, I just remember when Lucy started bleeding, I was like, oh my God, there was a lot of blood. And when Stella did, I got her the little the little panty things she could wear. But anyways, I don't know. I think that she did have like a quick little one because she kept licking and licking, and she just kind of smelled like period or something. And when she would walk, it looked really swollen back there. So anyways, but the boys are fixed. So but I don't know. Maybe that's why when she's outside, these dogs in the neighborhood are all barking. Maybe they can smell her. I don't know. But the sky. So yesterday it was really nice out, and so I'm doing all this cleaning, and the dogs kept going out barking. I kept thinking, I wonder if they're seeing the fox, because the other morning, I don't know if I had already said this, but I opened the door, and there's a fox out there. And there was a fox at Mom's house I saw a couple times too. And he was really cute too, because he kind of trotted over and kind of like was hidden behind some of the overgrowth over in that other lot. And but I was sure I could see his little face. And so I started talking to him and looking right at him. And I think I was doing it on my phone though. And all of a sudden he starts going off. So, and it was him, that thing I saw. Because you could see like the rest of him was kind of blending in, but I could see this like little white face. And so, anyways, but he keeps going over there and hanging out under this, where I was putting out those bones under that. Well, I was putting a bunch of food and stuff. Like food that you're going to throw out. Like it would be good for compost. And so I need to start a compost pile. And but when I make the dogs the chicken, I put the chicken bones out there. And I knew like the magpies or maybe the seagulls or something. And I thought maybe the coyotes. But now I saw, the foxes. And my brother, I told him yesterday because we were talking about it. And he said, oh, good. Because that'll keep him off of the street. Because a block down where that sheriff is, he just comes out and blast. And he said the last one that was out here, he went and blasted it. I was like, oh my God. And my brother has a video of that one walking around. But so that guy just blasted him and wiped him out. And so he said hopefully then he won't get this one, because this one, if it stays down here, if I keep putting food out, I think we're going to put one of those cameras out there too so we can watch them and see what other animals go out there too at night. And but the guy, he said that it was bothering the chickens. So they'll go over and eat the chickens. Like at my mom's, that one, he went over and cleared out that whole chicken coop. I couldn't believe that they didn't do more to protect the chickens. It was just like every night, there goes another one, there goes another one. And then all of a sudden they just rolled up their whole chicken coop stuff. I was like, man, it seems like they could have done something more, like take the chickens in at night or something. I don't know. Maybe they didn't understand there was a fox. I thought everybody around there knew that there was a fox out there. Maybe they didn't realize they eat chickens. I don't know. But anyways, that's what this sheriff was like. Well, it was eating the chickens. So anyways, just chicken bones, cooked chicken bones. But obviously they like them. I think, it makes me worried that they're going to shard or something. You know, how they get all those little shards and stuff, and it would hurt him. Because it is cooked. I'm not putting raw chicken bones out there. But anyways, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't get killed. I haven't heard that. I think maybe the mountain lion did move on. Because for one thing, when I saw the fox, I was thinking, I bet the mountain lion must have left. Because I don't think the fox would be around with the mountain lion. Because I think the mountain lion would eat the fox. And because the mountain lion would eat the deers. And so, and my brother said that now that it's becoming spring, he said you'll start seeing tons of deers will start coming up through the water and walking up through the yard. But it's really cool when you go in, just open the door and there's just this animal out there. Because in the other day, the one day was the whole herd of deers. But then the other day, I was standing out there and the deer went running through the thing. I love the way they run. And I don't know, it just is, I don't know. It's a lot nicer to go out and see that kind of stuff than it is to go outside and listen to sirens and police or ambulances going by and traffic and horns and all that stuff. Like that stuff just stresses you out. You go out here and you see animals trotting around, and it's always like, oh, nature's so nice. And then you get some cuckoo guy out there who's gonna just blast them. When I was at the cabin and the mountain lion was there, and I was totally freaked. I've talked about this a million times. And I was so freaked out about it. And so I started asking the neighbors, because I think, are they going to go out hunting it? Are they going to get rid of this mountain lion situation? Because I'm scared to death. And so I was asking the neighbor, or I asked a few people, what do you do when there's mountain lion in the neighborhood? And they're like, well, you just got to let it be in the neighborhood. We're living in its yard. It's like we're out in their space. But so I was telling my brother that yesterday, and that sheriff doesn't acknowledge that so much. It's like, no, he's just gonna go in and just wipe them out in their own space. So it's like, you don't give them any space, man. You don't give them any room to exist. You're just gonna follow them and blast them. So I don't know. I think that we got to have a lot more respect for nature and everyone to be able to have its, existence. And I still don't know what's going to be in the new world, because I think it's going to be a place where there's not predator. It's not going to be predators. Like, we live in a space. Oh God, my life. We live now in a space where there's predators, when we're on the food chain. But we're leaving that kind of existence and we're going into a new one. And so I don't think there's going to be things eating things. But I don't know. If they're still going to, because I'm thinking about the owl, because right now we have tons of gophers. So many gophers out here. I don't know how many there actually is. Maybe there's just 2 and they're just busy all night digging holes. But there's seems to be a lot. And so if you want to get rid of gophers, you put you get an owl thing, and a certain, I don't remember what kind of owl eats these gophers. And so my brother had talked to the county or whatever. I feel like this thing is so up close now. I'll still be bumping it. And so their solution is to put an owl house in, and then the owls will find it, and then they will take care of the gophers. So that's what they do to keep the gophers under control, is just to put in an owl house so more owls come. And so the owl house got put in a few months ago. Man, it's so weird. Time is so weird. I just can't even believe it's already March. It's almost the middle of March. It's already like spring. Which yesterday it was like light longer. And they don't do daylight savings time here in Idaho. But it was light longer. So that was weird. And so I don't even know how late. I don't even know. Like, I have now lived in a place that didn't do daylight savings time. So, I don't even know. But so I don't remember when I know they put in the owl house. I was here, I watched them put it in. I think it was like 2 months ago. And no owl has moved in yet, but they said it might even go through this whole season. It may not even be till next season, but the owls will be going out looking for homes when they're ready to have a family or something. And so if they don't find it this year, they'll find it next one. But anyways, we got tons of gophers. But the sky thing, so when we were outside, so I was in here cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, and the dogs were, they kept running outside and barking. So I went outside to see what it was, because I thought, well, maybe it was fox or something, or maybe some animals. But when I went out there, it was like, man, it sounds like, well, it sounded kind of like a party, not a big old party, like a family get together kind of party. It's somebody's house, far though. And it's like, man, the sound is really carrying. That is so wild. And because you could hear them, but there's no house. I mean, the house is way up over there, and I could hear it coming from that direction. But the houses are way up. They're like way far. And so I was like, man, that's so crazy how loud the sound is carrying. And so the dogs kept running over there and barking at them because they were outside and you could hear them doing something. I don't know, playing games or something. And so they kept running out. So I went outside, and then I sat outside for a while. It was really, really hot, but that's why I was watching them just going to town in the sky. And I was like, there's got to be something that's like, it's rotating through that they're trying to cover, that they don't want us to see. And so something's coming by, which I saw on a video. I can't remember where it was, but it was one of those cameras, like, what are they called? Like at the beach or something. They're around a few different places, and they just are there all day long, so you get a time lapse kind of thing. Well, this was a freaking giant planet and another one. So it was two, and one of them was almost see-through, because everything is dimensional. Everything is realms and dimensions, like I said. And it looked like they were all like on top of each other. And one you could see more clearly, and then the other one you could see like this outline, like this part of it. And it was two huge ones, and you just watch them go. It was like, oh my God, that is so freaking cool. And so I think whatever's up there, they just don't want us to see what it is, because we will, it will help us to wake up. It will, tell people things that are, there's lies in the sky kind of situation. So I think they're trying to cover up stuff up there. But anyways, they were just going to town up there, and the sun was blaring. Oh my God. I was like, man, I could lay out right now. And I think it was only supposed to be like 60. But it felt like you could lay out. It felt like it was like, definitely felt like 80 or something, the sun. Like if you're in the shade, I don't even feel like you're 80. But it was comfortable in here with the doors open and no heat or anything. So anyways, they kept running out, and then I went out there. I sat out there for a while, and then I came in, and then I went back out there. Because I was in here doing something, and I saw out the window these crazy colors, and I could see out the door these crazy colors over here. So I decided to go out and look. It was wild looking. So it looked like they would be saucers or something in the shape. So, and a lot of people say that they hide in the clouds or something. But so they were like these shapes of these black clouds, and they had orange kind of not like lines, not like a circle going around it, but it was like these orange outlines. So it was like this black clouds with these orange lit up parts. It was wild looking, and they were all over the place. And then there was a really big cloud. There was some weird cloud formations, and then over here there was totally different clouds than those. Nothing like those. And over here there was a long stretched out thing that you could see all of the waves in, so you could see all the frequency or if it's another reality. That's one thing is I've heard a couple of videos talking about that these new clouds that they keep trying to say, oh, we got new clouds. It's so funny too, because when I would talk about like there's new clouds or something, people would be like, oh my God, go learn about clouds. Those regular old clouds. I was like, those are not regular old clouds. And we did. When I was a kid in school, we did have a class on clouds. We did learn about clouds and all this stuff. Because, of course, they were indoctrinating us. But now they've come out and said, even on the news, oh, well, we got new clouds. There's new kinds of clouds now. We got new kinds of storms. We got thunder snow. We got, crazy giant tornadoes that come out of nowhere. We got atmospheric rivers, we got all sorts of crazy stuff, cyclone bombs and all sorts of shit. And so we got new clouds too. But there's people who are saying that the new clouds are really clouds from other atmospheres, and they're coming into ours because we're having this merging thing going on. So I don't know, but yeah, it's not the same old clouds. This is just the same old thing, I mean, there is still literally people putting out new videos talking about Jim Carrey had all this plastic surgery. Like, I can't even believe how many people, like even plastic surgeons. Oh yeah, well, I can explain to you exactly what he had done. It's like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, there's still no, word on him not coming out and saying anything or whatever. And I don't know if those pictures that I was seeing or video has AI or whatever. I don't know. I mean, we'll see at some point, I guess. But I still think he's alive and well. And even when that one lady who had done the little wand things, and she said he's on an island somewhere. Well, Greenland's an island too. It would be considered just one landmass, and it's just that one place. So it's like a large island. I think it's way bigger than what they tell us too. I think it's supposed to be humongous. And so anyways, I still think he's alive and well, and I still think this whole thing is some type of some kind of a mission, some kind of thing, something to show us, some kind of a play out of something to get us to see whatever it is that we're supposed to see from this. I don't know. I mean, you see the bullshit on the internet, like even plastic surgeons, person after person saying that, oh, he definitely had plastic surgery. How the hell do you know? And then to go on and say that just seems like, I don't know. That seems weird to me. And so, but, I mean, they think it's weird for some of us to say, no, he's alive, And then you got all the ones that are, oh, he's a clone. So, whatever. I think he's just his regular self. I think whatever is going on with this stuff, I don't know that it's, because some people think, well, he did this. He's making this game because he didn't want to go or whatever. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is he's playing some game with Hollywood or something. I don't know. To me, it's something bigger about some kind of whistleblowing situation. It's something to get us to see something, and then they'll tell us something, like he'll say something or something. I'm not sure. But it's going to show a lot of people a lot of stuff. Like these plastic surgeons, like, what the hell are you talking about? And then to get people to realize, like, you're stuck in this really three-dimensional way of thinking. You think outside the box. And so, yeah, I think he's alive and well. I think he's completely just his regular self. And I think he's been kind of more kind of hidden or something during all of this stuff after he finished with the Joe situation, because I think he was a part of that. And so but I think that there's trials and stuff, and there's witnesses and stuff, so I think that there's something about that probably, but everything is about this showing us something. And we still haven't, the Joe thing isn't completed. I mean, we just left it hanging and moved on to the next thing. Everything's just leave it hanging, move on to the next thing, just swirl around in all the crazy. So to me, there's something that's unfinished that has got to be completed. Something we got to see, something for us to, the truth, to get us to understand something deeper. So I think that it was more of a set situation. Like it was more of a, not just him, like, oh, I'm going to hire somebody to go play me at this stuff. I think it's more of an operation. So there was somebody who was sent to go and do it. And so, I don't know. I mean, there's even people who say it was him in a mask playing himself. It was like, so who knows? I don't know. But that's still open. But I just can't even believe when you see these plastic surgeons coming out. It's like, dude, how can you're a plastic surgeon and you can't tell that's a mask? I mean, it looks like a mask to me. But these people don't even have that in their framework. They don't even have that in their perspective. They don't even think about, like, there's people out there wearing masks. And even there was like an agent out of the C that ends with an A. And because they've been using these masks for a really long time. And they went to a meeting as, I think it was a woman, and she was in the agency, and she put on a mask and went into a meeting and with like the president, generals, and so like went into some big meeting as this other character, and none of them could tell. And so it was a part of their mission, to see. But but that's how good these masks are. And so, I mean, the Joe one, even when they were showing it being wrinkled or it wasn't fitting right, and he had weird chin and stuff like that, that was to get people to wake up, to get people to be like, what's wrong with his chin? Why is that got a wrinkle there? Even like Kamala thing, like there was lots of times you could totally see, like there's a freaking mask on. And that to me, they're doing it on purpose to get people to see. And people just skip over it. No, there's no such thing as that. That's too crazy. It's like, boy, you guys need to open your minds, man. This world's way crazier than you think. Like, God dang. So, anyways, we'll see what crazy stuff that comes our way today. And I mean, part of me, I don't know. I mean, I'm always hoping for this financial crash, but right now, when somebody's coming to come visit me and going to be on the road and stuff, it's like, well, I hope it's not anything too drastic. Yesterday, in Kansas City, at the airport, all of a sudden they evacuated everybody out of the airport. People are waiting for their flights and like, everybody get out of the airport. It keeps being these huge dramas, and I don't know if they're trying to have a big lead up or something. I think it was in Glasgow. Their train station or something burned down. It was huge fire. And so there is lots of stuff going on. There's lots of dramas, and who knows how much of it's going to be blamed on the WW3 and different groups or whatever. So who knows, and who knows how long they're going to stretch this money situation out. It would be today that something bigger will happen, and maybe not. But at some point, things will change. But there's a lot of ridiculousness until it does change. So, anyways, we'll see what changes today. Maybe nothing. Maybe it'll just go on. It's like, oh, it's just a day. It's nothing. Just go about your life. But when that kind of stuff happens, I think it's to get people to start being like, what are we doing, man? We're just stuck in this weird world, and we're just supposed to go to work. Because there are a lot of people that does start happening. Like, why are we going to work? What are we doing? Why do we just keep living like nothing's going on? It's like, well, everybody's got to start making that decision for themselves. Everybody's got to start being like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to pay this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And that's our revolution. Is pulling in and being like, nope, I've got boundaries now. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing these games. I guess I need to clean her ears or something. So, anyways, I feel like right now I feel just like, man, all the dogs keep getting sick. It's like, then it kind of worries me, like, well, man. But they've all been drinking after him for, like, because I'm sure he's been sick this whole time. So they've been drinking after him the whole time. They've all been sharing a water dish. Right now, I've been trying to keep their water dishes separate for a couple weeks because he turns them all into some kind of mucusy snot pussy. I don't even know what the hell it is. But I've been trying to make sure that they don't drink out of his and he doesn't drink out of theirs. That's a chore in itself. So, anyways, that does make me nervous that they all keep being like their eyes running and sneezing and I don't know. Just this whole thing, this whole world. It's intense. So, anyways, just I'm telling you, it can't go wrong as long as you focus on you, working on yourself, and keeping your mind open to possibilities. Don't cut it off. Don't cut everything out and be like, no way, that's not possible. Those words should just stop. People have just got to stop with this. That's not possible. Everything is possible. That is something that even when I was younger and I was a kid, and people would be like, no way, that's not possible. I can't even tell you how many times I've said everything is possible. Anything is possible. Like, I've never understood that. Like, oh no, that's just not possible. What are you talking about? Anything is possible. So just keep your mind, just keep digging away at opening your mind, because that's what you need to do, is have your mind open to possibilities. Don't shut it down and lock it down and be like, nope, no possible way. Like, well, then you're just building your own cage. So anyways, and you're here to free yourself from the cage. So you got to be taking the bars down. Don't put up more. And open your mind to possibilities. Anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. And so when you hear far-fetched stuff, yeah, but what could be possible? It's possible. I don't know what's going on, but it's possible. So, but you can definitely, you can't go wrong focusing on yourself. And the whole thing, it always comes down to just learning to love yourself. And you just can't go wrong on that whole thing. Just making it the focus of every day. Everything that happens is just, keep bringing yourself back to, how do I feel about myself right now? Well, I gotta love myself. No matter if I'm hollering and screaming and acting like a crazy person, I still gotta love myself. I gotta just be like, oh, she's having a hard day. So, anyways, learn to love yourself, learn to love everybody. Like, no matter what their situation, we just gotta love them. Love them through it. We just gotta love each other. And that's where we make the change. That's the world that we want to live in, is a world full of love. And the people who can't give it, they won't be there. So the ones that can are the creators of the world. So anyways, learn to love everybody, learn to love yourself, learn to love everybody, and learn how to have the day you want to have. Because no matter what, they're going to keep bringing in more weird stuff, and they're going to try and keep you confused, keep you angry, keep you sad, keep you bitter. And it's up to you to be able to maneuver through that, and you decide. Don't get stuck. Don't be a product of their environment. So, anyways, we'll see what happens today. What big radical thing happens, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. So, we'll talk to you later. Bye.